There you are. I'm as confused as you are by HQ's decision. A redeployment so soon after your return.
Though I can see why HQ ordered it. It's the Void Abyss after all. And there are Vulgus all over VV-072.
And, unfortunately, the data you collected contained very few valuable leads. Plus the unexpected Vulgus presence. I suppose HQ had no choice.
The presence of the Vulgus on VV-072 means it's likely they're also looking for something there. Probably information that can give them an advantage over us. Traveling into the Void Abyss isn't easy, even for the Vulgus. There must be something important for them to take that risk. If VV-072 is a Vulgus ship, they have the advantage. We won't be able to stop whatever the Vulgus are planning if we fall behind now. That's why a second sweep is absolutely necessary.
Keelan's right. So I pulled something together as well. This device contains a code to break the Vulgus algorithm. When the specialized code loaded onto this device is activated, it will automatically collect Vulgus records from all over the Void Vessel. Analyzing those records will tell us why the Vulgus came to VV-072. I'm counting on you, Descendant.
Descendant, I hear you're planning further operations in the recently discovered Void Vessel. I have a favor to ask. Can you come to the Research Institute?
If there's something you need, you'll need to pay. You found some special data from the Void Abyss. Intriguing and captivating data, in fact. The organism that Keelan rescued from the Void Vessel is no ordinary dog. It's the product of highly complex and sophisticated genetic engineering involving Archaea. The signal picked up in the Void Abyss was a sensor of sorts, the organism's response to Keelan's Archaea waves. Up until this point, only Descendants have been able to respond to and detect Archaea. But it seems that this organism has a very specialized sensitivity to Archaea. We are discovering new possibilities for this fascinating creature every day. Similar to when we first saw the possibilities of humanity. The Magisters speculate that this organism was created by the ancestors. It's just a theory, for now, of course. We've categorized this organism as a new species, an Archaea Fellow. This category means that it's a being that responds to Archaea and can help Descendants in a variety of ways, which is, of course, what we plan to use them for. I've also discovered a way to research Fellow, given enough materials. But as this organism came from the Void Vessel, you'll need to gather the materials from there. I'm hoping you'll be able to help me collect the materials I need to research this organism while you're on other operations.
Launching Void Vessel Exploration Operation. Biosignals are unstable.
Keelan, are you alright?
What's about the Descendant?
Still in void space. Stay where you are until the rendezvous.
I can handle it myself. Let's get this operation going.
Keelan, I need a status report.
I'm searching the interior. This is...
What's happening?
gunfire.
Keelan, the signal is on the move.
I know. Focus, scum. Engaging!
We've lost the Vulgus signals. Keelan has made contact with the target.
HQ, there's been a mistake. It's just an ordinary dog.
The signal is still responsive. It might have something to do with the ship.
No way.
Keelan's archaeometrics are stabilizing.
This dog, he's not as ordinary as he looks.
Something is jamming our signals. Communications are
Keelan, abort! Get out of there now!
HQ, check your comms. HQ! This facility is...
Get on with it! You pathetic vermin! lead us to the Iron Heart. Our path will not be an easy one. But I have no use for weakness. Remember, the Iron Heart is essential for the greater good. You shall become pathfinders and light the way. Go, my illusions. Go and find our way to glory.
Descendant!
Here is my report. We appear to have found the research data you ordered. Unfortunately, our Legion of Darkness units do not have the technology to fully decrypt it. We may need to request Avon to decipher it. Also, we believe Arcane is needed to re-enable it. I request we proceed to the second stage. If we can successfully obtain an Arcane serum, we believe we can analyze a significant portion of it. We also believe the research center includes the technology to create gigantic arcane organisms. I shall present a more detailed report once we return to the fortress. Of the dread armor and the anti-void shield are goals in reach. The operation duration has been extended by 13 times, and losses reduced by 87.32%. These results will satisfy lesser needs on your own class. All that remains is collection of the data scattered throughout the ship. According to Avon, the encrypted location of the sealed iron heart left by the modern ancestors will be found here. Do you understand? The glorious moment for Master Morello Clipper finally approaches. It has been a century since Master Morello embarked on this task. Sacrifice your lives so that we may acquire all that we need. You are dismissed.
progress report communication number 32. Suspected location of a bio-experimental lab identified. No structure found. Confirm connection to Ironheart. General Agen's orders. Facility concerned. Transition complete. Drone control module experiment complete. Area defenses online. Exploration report complete. Commander! It's the Descendants!
Are you high on void energy? That's not possible.
Enemy firepower is too strong! It's the Descendants! Sir, look! I have weapons.
A handgun? What is this decoration? Never such a small handgun. Penetrating a Legion battle suit. Down the Descendants. Everyone to your battle stations.
Be careful, there's more of them!
4 or 10 makes no difference. Put them all in body bags. I will lead the way. Surround us so they can't escape.
Yes, sir!
Of course, you idiots! If those Albion scum get away, I will rip you apart myself.
Yes, sir! Right away, sir!
Shit! My shield!
Descendant, I've analyzed the data you've uploaded to your receive channel. There are some anomalies. I was wondering if you had a moment to discuss them. There you are. You've done a great job collecting the data. I've processed and analyzed the information you uploaded. Let me break it down for you. Firstly, we only discovered VV-072 recently, but the Vulgus records go back way before we discovered it. That means the Vulgus didn't discover VV-072 around the same time as we did. They'd already been there for a long time. Luckily, the data you collected was quite detailed, giving us some clues as to why the Vulgus went to VV-072 and what they've been looking for there all this time. For starters, the information the Vulgus are after is probably related to the Ironhearts, and it's most likely the information on where the Ironhearts are hidden.
How can you be sure?
Look! This is geographical data on Ingress. It accounts for a significant portion of all the data we have, and some of it is locked with quantum encryption. The Vulgus surveyed the entire topography of Ingress 100 years ago. For them to go all the way to the Void Abyss to look for topographical information means...
It probably has something to do with the Ironhearts.
Considering how accurately Corell was able to locate the Ironheart, he must have found the information here.
If only we'd been faster. We could have turned the tables on them. Wait. Inez. What's this?
Oh, I was just about to get to that. This data is very old. It's about an engagement the Vulgus fought against an enemy on VV-072.
Hang on. Isn't this referring to Aisha's squad?
Yes, that's what I thought too. The way they described how they looked, the technology they used, their firearms, and especially the mention of the rose of Aisha's weapon. Everything fits, down to the bullet specs.
That means Aisha's squad survived the Void Storm and made it to VV-072.
It seems that way, but there's no record of what happened to them. If the Vulgus had killed them, it would be in these records. But there's nothing further after an entry saying they lost the targets. It's complicated. Anyway, Descendant, I'll go over this with HQ and get back to you.
Descendant, I need to speak with you in private. Can you spare a minute?
What's going on? I overheard your conversation with Inez and Keelan. As they guessed, the enemy that the Vulgus engaged was definitely Aisha. I had my doubts when I started reviewing the records, but when it got to the part about a red handgun and the rose engraved on it, I was convinced. A handgun engraved with a red rose was Aisha's most cherished weapon. As you know, not many Descendants use handguns as their primary weapon, and no Descendant would insist on using a handgun unless it was an RK unique weapon. For me, that confirmed the enemy that the Vulgus engaged, mentioned in those records, was Aisha. I've been obsessed with finding Aisha, waiting for the right time to go and search for her. Now that the opportunity is finally here, I've been excluded from the operation. I don't resent Alpha's decision. He's made a wise choice. But I need to ask you to do something. It's now or never. Will you look for signs of Aisha during this operation? It doesn't matter how small they are. I want to see them with my own eyes. I desperately need this.
This is Descendant Eckert. Are you busy? I've been refining the Void Vessel record tracking algorithm at HQ's request. I'll need to talk you through it. Could you spare some time? I'm Ecker from Data Intelligence. How can I help you? You're here. This is the device with the improved algorithm. I've added a couple of features to the Void radar configuration. Firstly, I've altered the data collection device so it detects certain wavelengths within the coordinates. I've also added a feature to amplify and track RK traces once detected, even the faintest amount. Even if the level of RK emissions drops below the threshold, it shouldn't be a problem as long as it has been detected. The device will accurately amplify the traces and recalculate their location. It gave me some headaches along the way, but it all turned out okay. Take it to Seneca and that's it. It'll start functioning once he's installed it. What I found most interesting during the development of the algorithm was in order to reduce the interference from void energy, I had to incorporate the principle of modulation of the gamma value of the reflected wavelength. Descendant? Descendant, are you listening?
Now what do you want? Go. It's an amazing organism, don't you think? When I first suggested calling these organisms fellows, one of the magisters scoffed at the idea, saying it was an overly human-centric name. I won't deny that. I'm well aware that I've been heavily influenced by humanity. Colossi and Vulgus. We've been fighting them for a long time. I've had to watch countless humans pass in that time. Their faces, they're still so fresh in my mind. As someone who has been moved by humanity, I want you to win this war. If there is anything I can do to help you, I will do it. Listen to me rambling on like this. My advanced years betray me. Anyway, with your help, I've been able to advance my research on this organism. Thank you, Descendant.
you